Right, let's get started for today. Welcome to Morning Mindset. If you didn't know already, my name is Michelle Dale, and today we're getting together for our accountability session. But first, we're doing our little pep talk, but that we do. It's kind of like a motivational talk that I do. Sometimes they're more motivational than others, but today we are talking about another topic within the topic or theme of the week, which this week is VA Biz Kills. Okay, it's VA Biz Kills. It's the things that are going to harm your business if you either do or do not do these things. So we've had a couple of sessions already. We talked about self-talk yesterday. That was a brilliant one, actually. I was quite impressed with myself about that one. Go back and watch it if you haven't already. So we started with self-talk, and before that we were talking about prioritizing and procrastination. And today the BizKill topic is, drum roll, it's output and action. Okay, so output and action, what do I mean? First of all, if you stay doing the same thing, you can't expect a different result. And everybody knows this, and this is something that's very much present in anything that we do. And like they say, the definition of madness is keep doing the same thing but expecting something different to happen. So what we don't want to do is go mad and keep doing that. So what we have to do then is say, okay, well, if we've got a goal, like I want to grow a virtual assistant business or anything like that, it could be a personal goal, we have to say, okay, I have to take some sort of action. Now, there's good action and there's bad action. So let's talk about, first of all, the bad action. The bad action is when you decide, okay, I've got to take action. And then we talk about our most important task every day in the accountability section. And then you might say, okay, well, the action is I'm going to do this task. Hello, Martha. The action is that I'm going to do this task, and then this is something different, and I'm taking action. But the problem is, if you don't feel like this task is something that you really want to do, or you're having some kind of resistance to it, or resistance to taking action, then there's another problem in there that is going to need to be uncovered, because the action that you take from a place of negativity, or I know I need to do this but I don't really want to, is going to I'm going to say slow down the process. I'm not going to say it's going to completely stop it, because loads of people have got to where they want to be just by slogging it, working super hard, killing themselves in the process most of the time, and they get to where they want to be. And then the problem is that they do that and then they think, oh, well, that's what works. And it's one way of it working, but it's not the easiest way of it working. And when I talk about output, it's the same thing. It's what you're putting out there. It's what you're putting out there to the world. So if you've got no output and you've got no action, you can't really expect to see the results that you're hoping to see or achieve. So this is a kind of given, we all know this. But then you say to yourself, okay, well, Michelle, I've got this big goal. I don't really know how to achieve it. I've just kind of said it because you told me to. And now I don't know, now I've got no action to take because I don't know what action to take. Like, let's say, for example, you've been working in a job and you've only ever had a salary of £1,000 a month. And then suddenly you want to manifest £5,000 a month, and then you're like, well, how do I do that? I've got a job and I got a salary. Okay, so this is one example. So what do you do when you don't know what to do? What do you do when all the actions that you can think about taking are the actions that you don't really want to take, and you would be forcing yourself to do them, which I've just told you not to do? So then you're like, Michelle, what do I do? Like, what actually do I do then? You do this. You do accountability daily, and then you simply wait for the world to shift around you. I have so much issue with people who are so impatient with how creation works and things like that. And everyone wants everything immediately, because you do. You go to the tap, it's turned on immediately. You go to the television, you press the button, it switches on immediately. Unfortunately, manifestation and getting to where we want to be doesn't necessarily always happen like that, because there is a much more complex series of events going on in this area than just simply pressing a button. You know, if you're trying to manifest $1 million, you know, and you've only got $10 in your bank account, you know, this isn't going to happen like you press a button. This requires a little bit of preparation, a little bit of planning. Now, the good thing is you don't have to do that. The universe does that for you. Oh, welcome, Nikki. Didn't think you'd be here. You don't have to do that. The universe does that for you. But what do you have to do? You have to consistently communicate to the universe and to your subconscious mind what you are wanting to manifest. You can't ask for it once, call it a day, try to force something, and then have it go, you know, off. So what can you do? What action can you take now in order to make this happen? In order to get the output and the action that you need, you simply have to focus on your goal. Focus on your goal. Write the goal down, okay? Visualize the goal every day. Read the goal every day. When you do the visualization, think about the person that you are when you are inside that goal. What do you look like? What are you doing? How do you act? Who are you hanging around with? Just paint a picture in your mind. Play with it. Think about when you were a kid and you would, you know, play and just kind of see all these things that weren't there because they were invisible, but in your mind they were there because you were doing, you know, like it was happening. You have to play with it. You have to be grateful for everything that you've got. And you have to focus on what action that you can take. And if you do not know what action to take, you simply go back to the action of reading a goal, visualizing your goal, okay? And then start to really fill in the details of the end result and what it looks like. Don't worry about the how, don't worry about the steps, don't worry about the process of getting there, because that will be delivered to you through the simple output and action of thinking about your goal and knowing that you're prepared at that moment, whatever it takes, that you'll do it. It's like sitting in a universal waiting room, right? And the waiting room, they say, okay, while you're waiting, just read this goal and visualize it, okay? So you say, okay, sure, I've got nothing else to do in this waiting room. I'm just going to read this goal and visualize it, okay? Until one time someone calls and says, hey, this is what you need to do now. Let's go. You're up. You're on. And then you just literally wait for that moment. And it will be an idea. It will be an inspiration. It will be, oh, that's it. That's what I need to do. Or one day, just like me this week. Oh my God, if you've not watched the last couple of mindsets this week, what's happened to me this week is insane. And I'll just sort of recap, you guys, that I've had this financial goals and money and business, like I've really got that down now. Quite pleased about that, you know, quite proud of myself for that. But the issues that I have are really centered around my personal well-being, because I give a lot of myself to other people, and I'm always like, I'm fine, I don't need it, you know, I don't need, but like, that's why I'm still overweight a year after having a baby, you know, that's why I don't get enough sleep, that's why blah blah blah. And I didn't worry about it anymore. I've struggled so hard with self-care for so long, and I've done a lot of forcing it, and I've decided this year I just don't want to force it anymore. I'm going to give it up to the powers that be, and I decided that my only action this year was to simply be to read the goal and visualize myself and then go with the flow. And nothing was flowing, believe me, in this respect. But I kept doing it every day. Read the goal, visualize. Read the goal, visualize. Still nothing, you know, I'm still stuck in the same place. And suddenly this week, it was like a light bulb went off. I don't know what happened to me, but I simply am naturally doing the things that I know I need to do without any effort or force, because I want to do them. Have you ever imagined I'm 43 next month, a 43-year-old woman who's been struggling with her weight and her health and everything like that for the last 43 years and hating exercise, really. I do it, you know, I did it because I had to do it because I knew it's part of my weight loss journey. But do I love it? No. Do I like drinking water? No. I procrastinate the hell out of all of this stuff that I know that's good for me, and I just gave up on it. Now, in the morning, I wake up, I look forward to drinking water. That is the first really crazy thing. I look forward to getting on my rebounder. I'm actually excited about these things. I'm actually thinking, I'll go and make that cup of green tea. I need to drink more water. I need to drink a tea. I want to do these things. I didn't do anything. I'm not forcing it. And to me, it's like literally freaking me out. It's freaking me the hell out this week that I've been the same every day this year. We started this accountability sessions, daily sessions online at the end of January, or sort of middle to end of January. And I have been the same every single day. Should drink more water. Or I'll go and get a glass of water and I end up bringing up a glass of Diet Coke. You know, it's like that. I'm just procrastinate, don't do it, procrastinate, put it to the side, do something else. No, and knowing constantly I should be doing it, but also showing and telling myself daily, I'm somebody who loves drinking water. I'm somebody who loves to exercise. I'm somebody who's full of energy. I'm somebody who looks in the mirror and is confident in myself. I'm somebody that looks in the mirror and loves my body, okay? And it's been a complete and utter lie until this week. So, go figure. And I'm telling you, this stuff works. Karen says, I'm the same with exercise. Martha, I drink about 2 litres a day of water. Yeah, that's amazing. Like, I would procrastinate on 1 glass. It's just, but it's just really weird. But this accountability and stuff, one day something just changes. Now, either you will get the idea to take the action and you'll go ahead and do it, and it will feel very flowy and very natural, or somehow you will just have some massive personality or character shift where you step into that person that you've been visualizing. You know, this person that I keep telling myself I am is somebody who looks in the mirror and feels confident and loves their body. And do you know what? Something really weird happened. Sorry if I'm going on a bit today. But recently, I'm somebody who never appreciated my body. Okay, my body was a vessel to carry my children, and it ended up looking like an absolute complete mess after the 5th one. Well, actually, it looked like a mess after the first one. By 2, 3, 4, and 5, oh my God, it was like, yeah, I wouldn't recognize myself. And there's so many things. You still listen to Gabriel, so do I. I love Gabriel. I do so many things that are harmful to my body as well. You know, like the foods that I eat aren't always the best. For sure, I eat healthy foods, but I also like sugar, for example. I love chocolate. I have not had to be, good or disciplined or anything. Like, my kids have chocolate around now, and cakes. It's Ramadan. We've got cakes everywhere. And I just simply don't feel like I want to eat them anymore. Like, there's something seriously gone right with me. You know, like they say, there's something seriously gone right with me this week, and this is the moment I've been waiting for, and it's just been incredible. So either you will get that inspired action, and then you will know this is what I need to do, and this is what I need to, you know, move forward with. Or alternatively, somehow there is some aspect of your character that will shift into that person that you've been visualizing yourself as, or telling yourself this is the person that you want to be, and this is the person that you are, because we have to do it in the present tense. And then one day you'll wake up and you'll be that person, and then somehow all the goal that you were trying to manifest around you being that person will suddenly seem incredibly achievable, because you are simply naturally doing what needs to be done. But the problem is, you have to get yourself to that point. You have to train your subconscious mind, and you have to train your brain to be the person that's going to then get yourself to that point. You have to totally believe in this stuff. I'm not making this up. I absolutely am shocked at how I woke up this morning, in the morning, a couple of days ago. I think it was Sunday. It's just shocked the life out of me, because always I've had to have made much more of an effort and really kind of been disciplined about what I should eat, like, or let's say more, for example, like knowing that I really, really want to eat something, but I don't, and then you end up in this constant battle with knowing you really want to do something, but you don't, or knowing that you really shouldn't do something, but you do. And then to suddenly not have that weight, Martha says it's amazing. It really is amazing to suddenly not have that weight anymore. And okay, it's taken literally every single day of me reading my goal and visualizing and thinking about this every single day, let's say for 2.5 months, but it's done. I keep thinking I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I won't want to drink water again, and I won't want to exercise again, and I'll probably eat the kids' chocolate out of the fridge again. But, that hasn't happened yet. So I feel like I'm actually on the path now to potentially achieving this physical wellness sort of health goal that I've had, which all I've done really is just kind of focus on it. Karen says, "Oh God, we sound so alike." Really? I know. I think there's actually a lot of women who are feeling this way. To be honest with you, who are just in the closet about it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm totally going to make the most out of this whole experience. I'm going to obviously take you guys with me. I've already started to lose weight. Like, I haven't been trying, but I got on the scales this morning just out of curiosity, and I have lost like 0.4 kilo since Sunday without even trying. But I am drinking a ton of water, which I'm actually liking right now, and I'm doing my exercise, which I'm actually liking right now. So I hope this isn't all a dream. I keep pinching myself. But hopefully it's not, and anyway, that leads me on to let's do our accountability, because it's working. Everyone do it. Everyone get on this stuff, because just do it every single day, and 2.5 months down the line, 3 months down the line, whatever it is, who knows where you'll be. There was one other thing I wanted to say. On the run up to this sort of transition I've been going through, everywhere I went, on my YouTube feed, on my Facebook feed, things were popping up about, and I don't know whether this is like actually quite sinister, but I think it definitely was part of the process. Things were popping up in my feed about people who'd had quite serious accidents and had quite horrible things happen to their bodies. One guy lost half of his body, and the attitude I clicked on a few of them, and the attitude that these people had was incredible about how they're still trying to make the best out of their life and make the most out of their life. And there was one guy, he had to have a double hand and face transplant because he was so badly burnt and things like that. And I don't know why these things were popping up in my feed, because I'd never looked at this stuff before. I never outwardly went and looked seeking for people who had had problems with their body or anything like that. But I felt I was being shown those things to really step up my gratitude for my own body, and how I was just not being responsible with how I was treating myself, and sorry, because it was just, I was looking at these people and I just immediately felt like, oh my God, thank God for me, and thank God for my body, however it is, however it looks. one guy was 18 years old and lost the complete lower half of his body. He only has a torso and one arm and a head, and this guy was so grateful to be alive. And I felt almost like, what have I been telling myself? Like, I should be so grateful right now for this aging liney face and these, you know, hands and my legs and my belly, which is a complete and utter mess, you know, in terms of looking at it from a magazine model point of view, but I still have it, you know, and it's mine and I gotta own it. And I suddenly looked in the mirror this week and really saw how grateful I should be just for exactly the way I am. And if I stay exactly the way I am for the rest of my life, I will still be happy. So that was a big eye opener, and I truly believe that the universe was sending those things to me on my feeds to kind of shock me into having a certain feeling about myself, which I've never had. Oh, but yes, I've got a pretty cool body. It has had 5 kids, all natural births as well. Okay. Yes, the guy that he got crushed by a forklift. He was Sabio and Lauren. The guy's name is Lauren. Yeah. I was just like, geez. It was just coming up in my feed, and I was just immediately, like, I was so sad for him, but so happy that he made that decision. He was carrying on with his life. And then I felt this, like, such deep gratitude for me and for my body and for how it is. And I felt immediately like, I gotta take better care of you, you know. It was a weird thing. Everyone's journey and everyone's journey and everyone's path towards their goals is going to be different. This was part of my journey and my path. I like I say, I truly believe that none of these things are a coincidence, that everything that happens is all part of the design that the universe has for you in order to get you to where you need to be. Some of the things are going to be comfortable and easy, some of the things are not. But in the end, the most important thing is this is all a test of how badly you want that goal. Because if you really, really do want that goal, and you have your reason why you want it and you stick to it, then nothing is going to move you off the path. And when you do have these things that come around, you will recognize them and you will know, like, I'm moving in the right direction, and this is just all part of the process. So yeah, it's been an interesting run up, and you know, I just wanted to share these things with you. So thank you so much. On that note, let's do the accountability, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another session on VA Biz Kills. Okay, take care, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Before we begin, don't forget you can join me live online inside virtual co-working space at www.virtualmissfriday.com/VCS. If you enjoy this session, give it a like. I'd love to hear from you, so write me a comment. And so you don't miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. So now we're going to look for the positive with our gratitude. First, we'll spend 1 minute thinking of the day before, thinking of all the things that happened, reflecting on work, interactions, relationships, memorable moments, and more. Now you'll write one thing down minimum that you're grateful for. You can, of course, write down more. Something good, something that went right, a small moment or a big win. The more you search for things to be grateful for, the more you will experience things to be grateful for. Now we're going to read out your goal. Make sure your goal is written down in a journal or somewhere you can easily access it. Read your goal now, ideally out loud, and commit to this goal. Believe it will happen. And by reading this daily, the universe knows clearly what your goal is, and the things begin to shift in the direction of your goal. Follow your instincts when this happens by taking action. Now you need to see your goal in visualization. Spend this minute thinking about the goal in your mind. See yourself taking steps towards the goal, or even better still, see yourself having already achieved the goal. Close your eyes and go there. Step into the feeling, step into the place, step into the accomplishment. And finally, it's time for your most important task. Set this task for today and make it relating to your goal. This could be something small like sending an email, recording a video, or making a phone call, or it could be bigger. Either way, one task a day is one step forward, and those steps will add up. Do what you can from where you are now. Set the intention, and the action will carry you towards your goal. Well done you for completing your daily co-create session. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time.